Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece of video games with unbelievable graphics and immersive story and simply the most alive world I've ever seen in a game.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace.
Okay, Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
The game was developed by the studio Rockstar Games, a legendary studio, probably the best one creating open-world action games nowadays, and it was released in 2018 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. Unfortunately, there's no upgrade to the current generation so far, but I'm sure it's coming out in some moment.
Nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you are gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Mike scouting out ahead.
The story follows Arthur Morgan, a new protagonist of the series, and here, you'll live like a true outlaw in the ending of the 19th century with incredible characters by your side, making the immersion of the game to be even greater. It's realist in many details, since the gameplay, to the story, and how the whole open world works, since the animals to the seasons, NPCs, and random events around the world. It'll all make your experience even more alive. So if you're interested in an immersive storyline, this game is perfect.
But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it gladly. But we are gonna ride out and we are gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
Elden Ring is the apex of a Souls-like game set in a huge and immersive world that suits perfectly with its purpose, a deadly yet riveting and beautiful world where everywhere you go will be rewarding.
A lot of your fellows, they are too faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing
The
side.
game was developed by the studio From Software, the studio that created this subgenre, with Demon Souls and later Dark Souls 1. Elden was released in 2022, even won the Game of the Year award, and it's available on Xbox One and Series, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Windows, and in the future it'll be released on Nintendo Switch 2, already with the DLC. That's an insane expansion to this already incredible world.
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing.
Elden Ring brings an immersive and challenging experience, a first From Software Souls-like game set in an open world with over than 100 hours of content, with insane bosses, great dungeons, a rich lore, and an immersive and thrilling soundtrack that'll make your time in game breathtaking. An interesting thing about the game is how the universe works. Most of the map is not even required to explore, but everywhere you decide to explore will be rewarding, with a new armor, weapon, magic, or even a whole new dungeon, what makes the game even more alive.
Alright, everybody pays attention, no one gets hurt. Go! Open the door! They'll get worse than hurt!
Grand Theft Auto 5 is so far the last game of the series released, and it's to this day an unbelievable experience, set in a world where everything seems alive.
Don't even think about it!
I'll do it. Oh, God.
Get in there! Sit tight! I'll handle the plastic! Don't blow yourself up! Pay attention! What's he doing?
It was developed by Rockstar Games and released initially in 2013, but throughout the years it was released in different versions to many platforms, and is now available on PlayStation 3, 4, and 5, Xbox 360, One, and Series, and Windows, and so far it's not confirmed, but I don't doubt of a Nintendo Switch 2 version confirmed in the future.
Go, 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 go!
I got this cabinet here. Rose, I wouldn't stay in there too long, okay? This alarm is gonna go at some point.
You gotta be kidding me!
The story follows three protagonists, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, all with their traits and personality that together form an unbeatable team of criminals. The graphics and visuals of the game are to this day incredible, with the numerous vehicles such as cars, motorcycles, boats, planes, and much more, all of them with their own driving style, some faster, some heavier, some with specific features, and much more. So it's to this day one of the most incredible open world in a video game.
to my father's black card to my black card.
Far Cry 3 is by far the best game of the series. It's not the most realistic one, that's Far Cry 2, but this is a game that the whole universe perfectly suits the theme of the game, since the visual style to the quests and side quests you do. The game was developed by Ubisoft in 2012 and in my opinion is one of the best games Ubisoft ever released and is still really good to play to this day. It's available on PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360 and 1, and Windows.
Because you two white boys, you look very expensive. And that's good because I like expensive things. I'm sorry, what did you say? What did you say? Do you want me to slice you open like I did your friend? Shut the fuck up!
Create your own FPS adventure. Customize your weapons, your skills, and your approach to each mission. Whether you favor intense run-and-gun action, stealthy close-up takedowns, or long-range sniping, explore a diverse island playground from mountain ranges and swampy grasslands to white sandy beaches. Discover relics, hunt exotic animals, play mini-games, and travel quickly by land, sea, or air. Fight your way through the island's towns, temples, river ports, and more. Everywhere you go and explore you'll find something interesting, since a beautiful landscape to a camp filled with pirates, so you'll know what to do.
Lisa, I can see the door, I'm coming!
They got a lock on us! Engine's been hit!
Get us out of here!
I'm losing control!
Cyberpunk 2077 is an amazing video game experience in a cyberpunk future universe where nobody is natural anymore, becoming a nearly perfect mix of human and machine.
Exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development, all to bring you into our vision of the dark future.
The game was developed by the studio CD Projekt Red and released in 2020 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. And I know, in the launch the game wasn't not even close to be as good as they promised, but along the years they fixed and added things that made the game way better, including an upgrade to the new generation, PlayStation 5 and Xbox series, finally making the experience as good as it should be.
You ever feel like the city doesn't give you a choice? You either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces.
An action-adventure RPG set in the megalopolis of Night City where you play as a cyberpunk mercenary wrapped up in a do-or-die fight for survival. Improved and featuring all new free additional content. Customize your character and playstyle as you take on jobs, build a reputation, and unlock upgrades. All set in an immersive and alive world where everything is visually impressive, since the buildings to the vehicles and weapons, which there are many, and it'll be really interesting to explore the world, doing missions and side missions to get more and more.
Fucking drive, Jackie!
Come on, B! She's not up!
Hit! Keep her steady!
Hold tight, B!
How can a child save us all if he's sentenced to die?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the second RPG game of the series. For many it's the best in this style. I don't know if I agree, but the world of this game is really impressive, set in the old Greece, with many impressive and realistic details.
Before you, I see a path. Built by friendship.
It was developed by Ubisoft and released in 2018 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows, but nowadays it's also available on Nintendo Switch as well.
As you write your own.
Embark on an epic journey from outcast to living legend to uncover the secrets of your past and change the fate of ancient Greece. Fight in visceral battles on both land and sea to become a true hero. A game that lets you choose one of two characters to play with, Alexios and Cassandra, that won't change much of the story in the end, but will change their roles in the plot, so it's just choose the one you prefer. The story is long and with some important points, but a weak point of all RPG Assassin's Creed games, most of the missions will be really similar and in the end won't really add anything to the main plot. But despite despite all that, the world is the most impressive point, with a respectful representation of one of the most impressive civilizations ever, all with beautiful graphics and a ship to travel around its big open map. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is the last adventure of this beloved RPG series, an immersive and iconic adventure with dragons, trolls, and wizards, with a lot of freedom to choose what to do or where to go. The game was developed by Bethesda and released initially in 2011, but along the years it was remastered and re-released thousands of times, and is in basically all current platforms possible. The best point of Skyrim in my opinion is its universe, with an immersive open world and a freedom that's even bizarre to imagine that it was released more than 10 years ago. In Skyrim you create your opportunities, becoming a vampire, or a werewolf, or none. Maybe you want to be a warrior, using a shield and a mace, or it would be better if you decided to play as a mage, using different types of magics, and much more. The main storyline of the game is not that impressive, but everything around it is to this day amazing. But be aware, the game won't tell you the possibilities, but will let you explore the world interacting with the characters to learn more and more. So just immerse yourself in this universe and go everywhere you want. I assure you there'll be something interesting there.
Have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, and if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences.
I intend to wage war, not parley.
More people. The best thing would be to recruit from your old comrades.
Well, if they're not already swinging on the gallows somewhere.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a realistic and immersive medieval experience, set in a first-person camera, with the most realistic combat ever made in a medieval video game. It was developed by Warhorse Studios and released in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. And if you want to play it, you must know that it's an extreme realistic game in every single detail: combat, story accuracy, and world. The journey is long and slow, so if you don't like realistic games, you should take a better look before playing, cause it's really a medieval simulator with a hard but immersive combat system, a good story, and a very fun exploration, and can even be useful for you to explore how they lived back then, cause as I said, it's realistic in every detail. It's the sequel of the original game released in 2018. That's also a game that's worth to play over 100 hours. You gotta try it.
Will you help us, Henry?
Yeah, bro!
You a witcher? That monster slayer they's talking about in the village?
About to ask me for help, aren't you?
The Witcher 3 is one of the best open-world RPG games ever released, with an incredible storyline, immersive universe, and characters that seems to be real.
For humans.
This land never flowed with milk and honey. Now it flows with blood.
The game was developed by the studio CD Projekt Red and released in 2015, winning as the best game of that year, and it's available on Xbox One and Series, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows, and obviously it runs better in the current generation.
Be careful, Geralt.
I'll rip your back off, mutant!
You don't need mutations to strip men of their humanity. I've seen plenty of examples.
The fire burns! The fire cleanses!
The universe of the game is huge and immersive, with many different places, and each one of those places got their own style since the way the NPCs react to the enemies around that place, making it feel really alive. The combat of the game is not the best point, but it's not bad. More you play, more you'll understand its mechanics, since the movements, magics, and even the special potions and oils, making the game even more complex. What's good? Beyond that, the game has 2 big expansions that add more than 30 hours of content, with a story even better than the original game. There's also a mini-game inside The Witcher, the Gwent, that is a very fun card game that you'll battle around the world, winning more and more cards, making your cards deck always more powerful.
My daughter Cirilla, she's in danger. You will find her and bring her to me.
Gotta save Ciri, whatever the cost.
Bully is an amazing open-world game. Many people don't know the game and judge it by its name, and indeed, the game is kinda unusual to the new world, but it's a unique experience that all who played it on PlayStation 2 will never forget.
What? Who are you? Mom, I thought you told me never to talk to strangers.
Like I said before, Jimmy, please be nice to your new stepfather.
The game was developed by Rockstar Games and released in 2006 to PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Windows, but later it was also released on PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, Android and iOS, and is a unique game from our beloved Rockstar Games.
Nothing. Just that you're friends with that sociopath Gary. Socio what? Sociopath. It means... Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Bully tells the story of mischievous 15-year-old Jimmy Hopkins as he goes through the hilarity and awkwardness of adolescence. Beat the jocks at dodgeball, play pranks on the preppies, save the nerds, kiss the girl, and navigate the social hierarchy in the worst school around. What impressed me to this day in the game is that the NPCs you encounter just exploring the school or the city are the NPCs of the story and cutscenes, what allow you to interact with every one of them. Today it may not be so impressive, but remember that it was released in 2006, so it's even scary to see what Rockstar Games developers already could do 20 years ago.
I've got some library books that need to be returned, but I'm too scared to go to my locker. Do I look like a librarian? No, listen. I need your help. Pretend we're friends. Walk with me. I'll pay. I'll pay you $2. $2? Are you crazy? Make it 5.